Hi everyone. Do you know recruiters read what type of resume? Resume that recruiters read. Okay, this is the topic, very important topic today. Most people think resumes fail because of formatting. That's wrong. So people think because of formatting. That's wrong. Resume fails because candidate, this is your candidate, don't read JD, job description. So why resumes are failing? Because of not the formatting, candidate don't read the job description properly. So today I'll show you how to reverse engineer any job posting and convert them into powerful resume step by step. So here we have the JD, job description, and we'll do the reverse engineering and what to include in the resume. Alright, okay, so let's get into it. So job posting already tell you how to write your resume, right? So most candidates ignore this one. Smart candidates, they copy the structure. Okay, so let's break into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5, so that we can learn easily. Okay, so the part 1, okay, how use a different color. How companies, let's understand how companies write a job description. Okay, so this is very important. If you understand this one clearly and easy to prepare your resume. So when you analyze jobs, right, you go to Indeed.com, you go to LinkedIn, and you go to other internet source where the job are posting. When you analyze the job description everywhere, BA jobs, right? BA job, any domain. When you analyze closely any job posting, you always see a pattern. Okay, so what is the pattern? The pattern, there are 3 things you can see. One is the job description, JD, right? So in this job description, they will tell 3 things. The main thing, first they will start with the company background. Company background. Next one, they talk about the team. And next one, they will talk about what is the ideal candidate look like, right? What the candidate will do, responsibilities, and what skills required. So they will tell about the we'll take example of this one. Okay, so company background, team, what the candidate will do, the responsibilities, what skills and tools required to do this job. So this is true for banking, BA, IT, finance, any role, any BA role. Okay, so real job posting will tell you what to include in the resume. Okay, so let's use an example. Okay, so let me delete this one. Let's use an example and try to understand these things. Okay, okay, so number 1, start with product. You know what is a product, right? Product or service, what problem that business is solving, right? That's the product or service. That's the first one. So example, let me give an example. Treasury. So I'm talking about a job posted, BA required in a banking domain. Okay. So let's say this is the role capital market. So treasury and liquidity risk. Don't worry if you don't understand this one. This is just example. Okay. So they talk about what problem they solve. So this is the product. So responsibility. Providing technical solution. Obviously, right? Providing technical solution. Okay. So technical solution. So it can be internal. It can be in the vendor platform. Okay. So just say job description in-house. So in-house means internal plus vendor platform. So this is the beginning of your job, like beginning of your job description will tell what is the product, what's the problem that company is solving, right? That's the product, and which team, treasury, and what knowledge you should have, treasury and liquidity risk, and what are the responsibility. Okay. So this tell what business problem the role support. So you should know knowledge about treasury and liquidity risk, and you should know how to create technical solution, especially the requirement handling. So you should be able to do in enterprise software and plus vendor platforms. It doesn't matter where you do, but it's the same thing. Okay. So that's it. Number 2, responsibilities. Detail. Okay. So they give a small summary what they are looking for. In the next section they will give the responsibility. Okay, I'll delete this one and put it here so that you can see. My board is very small, so I have to delete this one and I will write it top so that you can see. Okay. So here what you will do. Second section. What you will do. Number 1, work with SDLC pipeline members. Right? Like work with devs, right? Testers. Who else, right? Your team. Solution architect, designers, whoever involved in building the software. So technically the technical team. So work with these people. Number 2, gathering requirement. So let's write gather requirement and documentation. Okay. So gather requirement, create BRDs or user stories, FRS, learn the requirement from stakeholders and document it. Okay. Backlog prioritization and planning. It's just a actual job. Okay. Backlog prioritization and planning. So when you start a project, always has a deployment date. Okay. This project one need 3 months. After 3 months. Okay. So we are in Jan, we need March. Okay. Let's say you have 30 user stories. You need to complete 30 user stories. So 10 UI front end, 10 back end, and with vendor API 10 user story, right? Integration. So you can put MVP 1, minimum viable product, Jan build, MVP 2, Feb build, and MVP 3 March. end to end March, right? So this kind of backlog prioritization and planning. Work with cross-functional. I don't know still if you can see. Let me write down here. Number 4, work with cross-functionality. So database team, application support team, right? One example. Work closely with the business owners, internal, external stakeholders, right? So let me summarize what you will do. This is your job responsibility. Work with the SDLC pipeline teams, right? Dev team, QA team, and design team, and who are involved in them. Gather requirements and document them. User story, acceptance criteria, right? Number 3, participate in planning and backlog prioritization, right? User story mapping based on the MEPs, right? Number 4, work with cross-functional team members and work with internal and external stakeholders, right? So this section tell us how the role operates daily. These are the day-to-day. Okay. So in order to do this one, next section, number 3, skill required. So you understand what are the daily responsibilities a BA has to do. Now, what skills and what tools they use, right? The job description will tell you everything. So now go to skill section, okay? Skills required in order to execute the job. Number 1, because remember beginning of this one, so this job posting is a banking position. So banking or financial institution experience. Okay. Second, they are asking knowledge of financial products. So do you have forex knowledge? Do you have investment product? Something like that. International, so they are specifically asking remittance. Let's write global remittance or transfers. Fine. SWIFT, ISO, SWIFT transfers, right? There are different terms. Okay. These are specific terms for that global transfers. Declaration and KYC, customer declaration, right? STR, suspicious transaction report. If the KYC document, there are the documents, right? Do you have experience handling this one? Are you aware of this one at least, right? Project management tool. Management tools. What are the tools? Jira for writing user stories, Confluence for documentation. Right? Database. It's not mandatory, but it's good to know. Can you pull the data from the SQL? Right? Can you write simple query? Or you can get the query from the developer. Can you execute? Right? And to get the data. And testing. Do you know how to test APIs? Do you know how to use Postman? Or do you know how to write test cases? Can you help in performance acceptance testing? Can you help in UAT testing? Right? And next one, it's optional. Do you know basic programming like Python? It's not mandatory. They're looking every job posting. This is the ideal skills they're looking. So plus they will tell 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. These are the years are not to worry, right? As long as you have this experience, you know how to do or knowledge, you are good to go. So this section tell what tools and knowledge you must show. Right? It's very clear, right? Your resumes are, I have seen 4 or 5 pages. You don't need to create 4 or 5 pages. In the first page, you have to tell me about yourself and you have to write the soft skills, and you have to write what tools and other things required to execute your job, right? Only 3 sections. Okay, so now this is the part 2. Okay, so we understand what the job description is saying. So now let's go to part 2, how to convert the job posting into a resume. Part 2, I can use this one. Part 2, how to convert. So we are going to do a reverse engineering. Job description, job posting, I'll take job posting into your resume. Okay, this is your resume. What most candidates do? Most of the candidates do, they write about me. About me, I'm not talking about me, about you. Okay, so randomly they write generic skills. You know, you already saw the job posting saying specific requirements, specific skills, right? But you write generic skills. Will this work? No, right? No alignment with the job role. Doesn't match whatever the job is asking. So what you should do? Correct the resume structure. So your resume should mirror. So let's say this is the job posting. You know, 3 sections. 1, 2. So this will tell about the job. They will tell about the skills need here and tools to execute, right? So you need to mirror all in your resume. If you don't do this one, your resume fails. Recruiter won't accept your resumes. So let's see one example, okay? About me. What you write? Can you tell me? So let's write the wrong one, okay? Oh, I don't like to use this color, very hard to remove. Wrong exam, wrong. This is what the most candidate write. I am a hard-working graduate looking for opportunities. This is very generic, right? Hard-working. So you are writing about you, just very personal. Business analyst, the correct one. Correct one. Let me write. Business analyst with exposure to banking. So BA with exposure to banking and financial products, experience in requirement gathering, stakeholder management or collaboration, and supporting treasury and liquidity risk initiatives. Okay, so this is your overview, right, about me. Instead of you are hardworking graduate, you just mirror the job description, whatever it says. So I recommend you to use the job description instead of the personal objectives. Okay, this is what the recruiters want to see, even the software. So second one, convert the responsibility. Next one, we have the responsibility section, right, in the job posting. Oops, use the red color. That's okay. I hope this is clear. Next one, let's convert the what you will do. Okay, so you can see always the section what you will do from the what you will do, which is the responsibility, right? This is what they say. So now you can tell, here is what I have done. Job description say what you will do. You can say, here is what I have done. What you have done, you have just convert responsibilities into proof-based statement. Okay, let's take one example. Job says, gather requirements and work with business owners. Gather requirements and work with business owners or stakeholders, anything fine. So this is your job description. So how you can convert in the resume? You can reflect gathered and documented. Okay, I'm gonna gathered and documented requirements by working closely with business owners and cross-functional teams. One line. So they're asking gather requirements business stakeholders or business owner, gathered, right, documented business requirements by working closely with business owners and cross-functional team. That's how you say. So second bullet point, you can see backlog prioritization and planning, if you remember, right? That's what our backlog prioritization and planning. This is what the job description is saying. Okay, what you would write in resume, you can say supported. You have to use right keyword. Supported backlog prioritization sprint planning. Take the word backlog prioritization. It's there. It's the answer sheet. Planning, right? Supported backlog prioritization, sprint planning, activities in collaboration with the product owners, right? You just convert, right? Skill section. So now let's go to the other section, skill section. So required skills. Job requires banking, financial product, if you remember, right? Financial product, KYC and tools. So how do you write in your resume? So your resume should show banking domain. So banking domain exposure. Financial product, understanding of financial product and international transfers. Remember, you have to specifically mention, right? KYC, knowledge of KYC and regulatory document. Next one, tools, hands-on with project management tools. You can mention Jira and Confluence. So next section, you can mention basic understanding, advanced understanding, expert, based on your level. It's not mandatory, okay? So that's why you have basic knowledge, advanced, expert. You have to be honest here, okay? And database and testing. That's it. Very clear. So if a skill is in the job description and missing your resume, so let's say here they need postman, especially. If you don't mention here postman testing for API testing, right? If a skills in the job description and missing in your resume is already rejected. Left side to right side, right? So you don't need to wonder why you are not getting the call, right? Because you didn't include whatever the recruiters, the company is looking for. Okay, so your resume is not shortlisted. So now we understood the part 2, right? How to mirror the resume. Now final part, last part 3. Let's understand why this works. Why this works. Okay. ATS system, you heard, right? Application tracking system. ATS system, sorry, I don't think so if you can see, but I'm just reading, okay? ATS system scan for job keywords. Recruiters, next one, recruiters, scan also. Hiring manager, scan for business. So ATS system scan for the job keywords, recruiters scan for the job alignment, hiring managers scan for the business understanding. So that's why this method satisfies all three. Right? First go through the software, then recruiters, then the hiring managers. So my request is stop writing resumes based on what you want. Start writing resumes. Let me write down, okay? So don't write, oh stop, what you want. Most, you are writing what you want, I want to be, right? No, this is wrong. So do the writing, start writing resumes based on what job demands. This is understanding the requirement. You have to do the reverse engineering. Okay, not what you want, what the job want. So the job description is not just information, it's the answer key. Understand, this answer key, answer is provided. I don't know why you are not using. You are looking for the answers from videos, documentation, asking. Many people, answer is provided. This is the answer key, answer sheet. Alright. So if you want, write in the comment resume. I'll create more videos showing real job posting, real resume examples. So subscribe if you want training with motivation. Thanks everyone. Have a good day.